In this video, we're gonna be talking about butts. You know, everyone's got one, so I might as well make a video about one. We got normal butts, we got the infamous flat butt, we got the coveted bubble butt. But for the past 10 years, there's been a phenomenon sweeping the nation called the BBL butt. Almost everyone watching this video knows what BBL stands for, but in case you don't know, it stands for Brazilian butt lift. As you can probably guess, it started from Brazil and made its way to America. And somewhere along the lines, we got this result. Now, I'm all for people doing what they want to do to their bodies, but can we all agree this shit looks ridiculous? Looking like a good old diaper booty. Leave it to us Americans to take something simple and blow it out of proportion. You know, that butt looks pretty good, but we can take it a step further. Well, you see, beauty standards have changed. In the early 2000s, the mainstream beauty standards was a slim body with decent sized breasts. Fast forward to the mid-2000s and now modern day times, women want to be more curvy, as more and more women resort to doing mommy makeovers, BBLs, and tummy tucks to get that desired result. Whether you use Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for you old people, there's curvy women everywhere. And it's not natural, and I don't think a lot of people know about that.
We need to kind of suffocate.
We'll paint it.
It needs to be like this, like where my body looks crazy. Like I need to not be able to breathe for like
Cellulite proof. I want like a barrier, less cellulite.
So I was just thinking, like my pose, I literally can't be like this with too much of a hip. I have to be like this,
right,
to where I look skinnier.
Doing a surgery to enhance things that you want about your body is totally fine, but I feel like a lot of women don't know how dangerous BBLs are. So let's talk about it. Since 2015, the BBL surgery has increased by 77.6%. It's the fastest growing cosmetic surgery in the world right now. I'm not sure if you guys saw this video, but it shows what happens after you do a BBL and have to travel. You can't sit down.
So I got on my flight today, and everyone seated around me just had surgery. They didn't know each other. Remember, ladies, if you're getting a BBL, don't forget about the flight home. Pack something comfy for your knees.
The next time you see someone with a BBL and you're feeling kind of jealous, just remember, they have to go through some bullshit just like this. How did we get to this point? Why are so many women walking around like Squidward in that one episode when he was about to bust? It's kind of hard to pinpoint who kicked off this initial trend, but celebrities like Nicki Minaj, Jennifer Lopez, and even notoriously Kim Kardashian started adopting that full-figured look with the wide hips and big butt. It's kind of ironic because in the early 2000s, having wide hips and a big lower bottom was seen as unattractive. So women, most notably Black and Latina women, were seen as undesirable in that aspect. I know, it's kind of crazy, right? Now everyone wants a big butt. In these modern times, having wide hips, a big butt, and thick lips, oh God, don't get me started with those thick lips, looking like that fish Lola from Shark Tale, is desirable. It's the new hot thing right now. As more and more women want BBLs, there's more and more doctors becoming plastic surgeons. Remember your pediatrician that you grew up with? Those fond memories? Well, he's cutting up butt cheeks now. Yeah, you heard that right. Doctors in any field can become a plastic surgeon. Orthodontists, pediatricians, hell, even veterinarians. Okay, well, maybe not veterinarians, but you get the point. Well, why would a doctor stop their normal profession to pursue plastic surgeon? Well, it's kind of simple. To get that bank. Despite the possibility of making a ton of money doing BBLs, running an operating room is still pretty expensive, and some clinics have doctors performing BBLs on as much as 8 patients per day. I'm by no means saying that this is what it's like in every clinic that you may visit to do a BBL, but if you don't do your research, you may never know. You may have a cardiologist over you about to shank your butt cheeks, and the only thing he's thinking about is, don't fuck up, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. Well, you might be saying, Jonathan, you know, there's more dangerous surgeries out there. There's open heart surgery, brain surgery, you know. You're just taking fat from one place to another. How hard could it be? It's actually very difficult, especially if you're not trained in the field of plastic surgery. You see, the butt cheeks contain a lot of very large blood vessels, as big as a drinking straw, one doctor disgustingly puts it. If injected with fat, can result in a pulmonary embolism to heart or lungs. I'm sure you've all seen doctors performing some sort of liposuction or a BBL where he's like injecting the fat. It's a fine line between putting it in the right areas and putting the fat too deep into the muscles where it enters the bloodstream and can cause possible death. When a trend is in such high demand, there's people out there that are willing to do any and everything at any cost to make as much money as possible. I like to call those people psychopaths. With the surge of BBLs, the lack of medical rules and laws, you get some bad apples that enter the industry. Take for example this Florida clinic that's responsible for the death of at least 13 women, either through fat embolisms, punctured organs, or overdosing on powerful sedatives. Under normal circumstances, with these high number of deaths recorded, the clinic would be flagged by some governing agency and the doctor's license would be in question. But these assholes found a loophole. There's been more and more clinics where the owner is not a doctor and the doctors are actually contracted to do the BBL surgeries. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty sketchy to know that your doctor is there only to make commission. According to the law set right now, since these owners are not doctors, their license can't be taken away since they don't have one. So they can just continue chopping up bodies. One of the biggest culprits of these loopholes that take advantage of misinformed people is a company called Goals. It's a plastic surgery business that does pretty much everything under the sun. BBLs, double BBLs, a flex sculpt, I don't even know what the hell that means, and most recently, hair transplant. Yeah, that's right, hair transplant. According to my girlfriend, they even do hair transplant for your eyebrows. They take from your scalp and put it onto your eyebrows. Think about that for a second. Hair from your head onto your eyebrows. I wonder what can happen. Remember that joke I made about your pediatrician becoming a BBL plastic surgeon? Well, that's actually true. The founder and owner of Goals is a pediatrician. Let that sink in. According to the New York Post, Goals was founded in 2016 by pediatrician Sergey, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that last name, a native Erzbergerstansta. About a decade ago, he changed his name to Voskin while becoming a US citizen. The clinic that's known as Goals now was actually called Allure back in the day that changed his name, probably for doing the same shady shit that he's doing right now. The same year he started the practice, his wife, Ella, was released from federal prison. She had served 36 months for conspiring to defraud Claims Conference, a reparations organization for Holocaust survivors. You see, we need to pass a law where if your significant other went to jail for some serious crime, regardless of whatever it is, I think you should have limited availability to open up businesses. Otherwise, you get situations like this. She stole $57.3 million. Ella is the mastermind. When it comes to social media, she's low-key a genius. This has Gen Z written all over it. Low-key a genius. That's what's up. Okay, so we're pretty much dealing with some evil geniuses, pretty much, that perform surgeries on people. According to the report, Votchkin employs a stable of contracted doctors, none of whom are required to be board-certified plastic surgeons. Kind of like the same thing that we talked about with the other clinics. While we're talking about this dude, I do not like how he's looking at me right now. Hey, you need a BBL?
Let me see your butt cheeks.
I'll do it for free. I want to give a quick shout out to another YouTuber, Sage Soke, I think that's how you say her name, for helping me find some crucial information for this video. From her video, I also learned that you can't totally get rid of all the levels of fat in your stomach. I always thought that like over time, if you do more and more surgeries, you can just get rid of like most of the fat in your stomach, but apparently that's not the case. Cardi B talks about it a little bit here.
A lot of people are so ignorant, like, why are you working out? You have a lipo. Well, there's this thing called visceral fat, and visceral fat is the fat that's around your organs that you cannot lipo, and that's why sometimes girls with lipo might have a snatch waist with a gut, and that's because they're not working out their visceral fat. They just keep eating and eating, and their waist is small, but they still got a belly.
Every supervillain has a trump card. In Dr. Votchkin's case, his trump card was a Rolly special. The Rolly special was something that they released on social media that included a flex sculpt, the double BBL, for the low price of $5,850. Well, you might be thinking, who the f is Rolly? She's pretty much a celebrity on the Zeus Network. If you don't know what Zeus Network is, don't worry about it. It's just like trashy TV.
Oh my God.
The demographic that watch the show are women between the ages of 18 to like 35, so it's like perfect marketing for this company. I'm about to go into more details about the many red flags that Goals has, but right off the bat, looking at the banner, it says no BMI limit. It pretty much determines how much fat you have on your body. To do the BBL surgery safely, it's recommended to be under 25. Rolly and many other patients probably got the surgery when their BMI is way over 30, and it's very dangerous. Undergoing a surgery with a high BMI, especially a BMI over 30, is dangerous. Heart issues, problems with the lungs, and blood clots are more likely to happen when someone's BMI is higher than 30. And like we talked about, BBLs come with the serious risk of fat embolisms caused by the wrong injection technique. I'm telling you, this dude does not give a f about the people that come through his doors. There's so many videos of people talking about their horrible experience getting their surgery done at Goals, but people are still coming because it's extremely cheap compared to more reputable places. If you go to a reputable place, it might be double what Goals charge. Like the saying goes, you get what you pay for, and sometimes what you pay for is the lack of basic safety procedures like wearing gloves the entire time, sketchy equipment used in the operating room, having the surgery done the same day as your consultation. So as you can see here, we'll be operating on your prefrontal cortex and taking out a pretty sizable chunk out of that. So yeah, let's get started. Wait, hold up. We're doing it right now? Yeah, why not? I mean, doesn't this feel like a little rushed? I mean, no, actually, we're kind of dragging ass right now. Speaking of ass, we could have had yours done if we weren't asking so many unnecessary questions right now, so let's get to it. And even being given a toxic mix of medications that can kill you after the surgery. So you might be saying, Rolly is somewhat of a celebrity, right? So she was probably given really good treatment. You're wrong. Her consultation was also done the same day. In the documentary Zeus made about her surgery, doctors are seen not using gloves the entire time. Her friend was allowed to stay in the operating room filming her with her phone, also not sanitary. She also had a wound, like in her breast area, that just wasn't addressed. Like the doctor just looked and said, yeah, we're good here. I was told also that after the fat was sucked from her abdominal area, she had to flip herself over for it to be, injected afterwards. That just seems kind of, I don't know, crazy to me. To make matters worse, after the first surgery, there wasn't really any much of a difference, so she had to get multiple surgeries afterwards just to see any sort of noticeable difference. Her fans and the rest of the internet was clowning her. If you're kind of on the fence of getting a BBL, just please do your research. If money is tight, just save up and just get it done the right way, because these deaths are happening. Like, I'll pop them up on the screen somewhere here. But it's just not talked about because it is somewhat common. If you're really on the fence about getting a BBL surgery and you're not really motivated to, I'd probably just say work out. Within 3 to 4 months of high protein diet, you can get some good results. Plus, you don't have to cough up, $5,000, the recovery that happens afterwards, the risks of it not going well, and most importantly, it'll look natural. You're not going to be walking around with a diaper booty. I swear in like about 30-40 years, there's going to be a lot of elderly people with some extra large diapers. I'm not here to sway your decision. If you do choose to get it, make sure your surgeon is board certified, or at least even double board certified, that some people would recommend. Just to cover my ass, everything that I said in this video about Gold's or any other clinic is all alleged, okay? Dr. Votchkin, do not come and nuke this video, okay? Alright, until next time, Profitt out.